beautiful people. Today we're making Hawaiian malasadas or donuts using 16.3 ounces of biscuit dough, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, 2 cups of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, and half a cup of powdered sugar. Start by adding your dry ingredients into a small bowl. So I'm just adding sesame seeds, ground cinnamon, and powdered sugar. This is a recipe that I learned from Selena+chef's cooking show, which aired on hbomax. On a particular episode where Chef Roy was on, he shared this recipe and mentioned that he learned from one of his mentors. So I thought it would be fun to recreate this easy and fun recipe. A malasada is a Portuguese confection. It is a fried type of donut made of small balls of yeast dough and coated with granulated sugar and sometimes cinnamon. The traditional Portuguese malasadas don't contain holes or any type of filling, but some variations do, especially the ones made in Hawaii. Malasadas are often eaten the day before Ash Wednesday. Since for making Hawaiian malasadas, I'm going to create a small hole in the center to aid in the cooking process. If you want your malasadas to be evenly cooked throughout, you definitely want to do this step. This malasada tradition was taken to Hawaii, where they celebrate Shrove Tuesday, known as Malasada Day, which dates back to the days of the sugarcane plantations of the 19th century, when the Portuguese went to Hawaii to work in those plantations, bringing their Catholic traditions. These workers used up butter and sugar prior to Lent by making large batches of malasadas. Though a traditional malasada is ungarnished, on the island they can be found with all manner of filling, including plain custard and coconut-flavored pudding. Some dessert historians attribute the tradition of donut making in Portugal to techniques picked up during Muslim occupancy of the region. Traditionally, Hawaiian donuts are coated with granulated sugar, but I prefer to use powdered sugar as it makes them more aesthetically pleasing. There is absolutely nothing healthy about malasadas, as they're best described as a cross between a donut and fried dough, which I think says it all. Hawaiian donuts are soft, fluffy, pillowy, sweet, and absolutely delightful. If you plan to travel to Hawaii, I definitely recommend trying the world's famous Leonard's malasadas. The recipe that I'm sharing is a quicker method to make Hawaiian donuts, but if you want to make malasadas from scratch, then you must use active dry yeast, granulated sugar, water, eggs, milk, unsalted butter, salt, and flour to make the dough. Next, pour 2 cups of vegetable oil into a small saucepan and let it heat up on medium-low heat. You may use any vegetable oil that you prefer, but I recommend using an oil that has a high smoke point, such as avocado oil. Some other oils that have high smoke points include almond oil, corn oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, peanut oil, safflower oil, sesame oil, and sunflower oil. Your oil must reach 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. I recommend using a cooking thermometer to measure its temperature. The cooking thermometer that I just used actually doesn't go up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, as I was just showing that for demonstration purposes. Based on my experience of frying food, I know when the oil is ready for the frying process. You might need to adjust your heat at this point because if your oil is too hot, the exterior will become fried too quickly and burn, and the interior will remain uncooked. Each side takes about 2 to 4 minutes to cook, so I suggest supervising your saucepan the entire time. Depending on the size of your pan, I don't recommend crowding the area as it will significantly decrease the temperature of your oil. After 2 to 4 minutes, flip it over and let the other side cook. Another way to determine whether or not the oil is at the right temperature is to drop in a small piece of your dough. If it browns within 60 seconds, you're good to go. Once your malasada is fully cooked, take it out and let it cool down for about 30 seconds. And then you want to roll it in your sugar mixture when it is still warm. My Hawaiian donuts are ready to be served. It took me about 20 minutes to prepare and fry all of them. It's one of those comfort foods that's quite unhealthy, but it's just absolutely delightful. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care!